Hey guys, today we're going to be ranking farm animals that are easiest to raise and hardest to raise. Let's get started. Okay, so first up we have cats. Cats are pretty easy to raise. You just have to make sure they are fed and watered and they are healthy, and then you can make sure to pet them every day and they'll love you for life. And next we have dogs. Dogs are a little harder to raise than cats, so I'm gonna go ahead and put them in the A tier. Dogs are just harder because you have to make sure they're okay medically. You need to take them to the vet, make sure they're all good and checked out. And you also have to feed and water them, which can be expensive. Now we have horses. Horses, I'm stuck between the C tier, and the D tier. I think we're gonna go ahead and do the C tier. Horses are very expensive. They are incredibly hard to raise. They're hard to train. They're just hard, but they're awesome if you can train them and ride them. So I'm gonna go ahead and put them, change my mind. I'm gonna put them in the D tier. So they're just very expensive, but if you can train them, they are really fun and they're fun to ride. So next we have dairy cows. I'm gonna go ahead and put this in this C tier because they're way easier to raise than horses, and they're a lot cheaper too because you don't have to feed them nearly as much grain. You can feed them grass, and you don't have to give them special treats like you do horses. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the dairy cow in C. Milking could get a little hard because you have to carry the milk from wherever you're milking to your house back and forth. So that could get a little tiring. Next up, we have honeybees. Honeybees deserve to go in the F category. They're super expensive. I mean, have you seen how much the hives cost? They're very hard to raise. But, I mean, if you're trying to sell the honey, that's the hard part. But if you're just wanting some honey for yourself, you can get one hive and you can go out there, grab your knife, cut the comb off, put the honey in the bucket, and then you can take it inside and you have honey. The honeybees are easy if you are getting honey for yourself, but if you're trying to sell honey, they're going to be a lot harder. And after honeybees, we have sheep. So sheep deserve the B category because they're way easier to raise than milk cows. They hardly eat anything at all. They're very cheap. And you have to just make sure that you worm them, because if you don't, they could get really sick. And you don't want your sheep to get sick. So just make sure you feed them and water them, and they love fresh grass. It's so much fun to see little lambs running around in the field. So sheep are my favorite animals. And then next up we have ducks. Ducks are going to go in the B category with the sheep because they're pretty expensive if you're just buying a small bag or two every week, and they are fairly dirty. They're not super dirty, but they do get dirty. You want to make sure they have pretty good space to swim. I use a kiddie pool. I'm trying to get a bigger kiddie pool pretty soon. And just if you have a pond, that would be great for ducks. So ducks need a lot of water and they love eating lots of food. But they're really good grazers, so that's a plus. I love ducks. And next up we have chickens. Chickens are going to go in the A category because they're super easy to raise, and they are not expensive at all. You can they're about like ducks, except they are not messy at all, and they eat way less. So you can make sure you give them, if you put them on grass like I do, they can get all sorts of bugs and they don't eat hardly anything. So they give you eggs. Ducks give you eggs. They're really great animals to have. Next up we have turkeys. I just recently bought turkeys, and I'm gonna put them in the B category because, again, they eat a lot of food, but they're about like chickens in their messes. They don't have a lot of messes. And they also give eggs. Never tried turkey eggs, but apparently they're pretty good. Next up we have pigs. Pigs are going in C category because they eat the most out of all of these animals, I would say. Maybe it's in between the horses. And next up. Hey guys, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to like and subscribe. See you next time. But you have to make sure that you worm them because they are very susceptible to pesticides and pesticides are for flowers. Pesticides. I mean, hey, what do I do?